In this segment we'll replace an old interior door with a basic door blank, which has no pre-cut holes for locks and handles or hinges, so we'll have to do all the cutting ourselves. The easiest way to remove the old door is to knock out the hinge pins using a screwdriver and a hammer. Once all 3 pins have been removed, the door can be lifted off the hinges. Another method is to remove the hinge screws, although this can be awkward as space is confined. Take off the handles by removing the 2 plate screws. A long bit fitted into an electric screwdriver makes this easy. A short bit will cause the drill to bump against the handles. At the same time, remove the door latch screws and withdraw the mechanism. Next, remove the hinges from the door. When buying new hinges, look around the store or ask an assistant for hardware at the best price. A single hinge could cost up to $5, when stores often have suitable hardware at much cheaper prices. Now we'll cut the door to size, using measurements that we've taken from the door frame. It's important to measure the height and the width of the door frame and mark those measurements on the blank. Take off an extra 1/4 inch on each side so that the new door will fit without scraping. We'll use a circular saw to make the cuts. Now place the old door next to the new blank. The new blank door has no handle holes or hinge indentations, so we'll have to cut them ourselves. The panel at the bottom of the blank is wider than the panel at the top, so be sure that the bottom of the blank is on the same side as the bottom of the old door. Transfer the center position of the latch hole to the new door and mark the center point on the line. Now place the paper template into position on the door and mark the center points for the latch and handle holes. A paper template comes with the door handle package and is invaluable for positioning the door handle and latch holes correctly. Using a hole saw of the correct size, fit it into an electric drill, make the hole for the handles. You'll need to use a corded electric drill for this, as most cordless drills do not have enough power to cut through the wood. The hole for the door latch is cut in the same way, using the mark that you made on the side of the door. Hole saws are relatively inexpensive. You can get a set of hole saws for around $10 or $12. Insert the latch and mark around the latch plate with a sharp pencil. Using a sharp chisel, cut the indent for the latch plate to the required depth. Now we'll cut the indents for the hinges. Turn the door over and once again make sure that the bottom of both doors are on the same side. Transfer the lines at the end of each hinge to the new door. We'll use a hinge chisel, which you'll find at most home stores, to make the shape and depth of the cut. Line it up between the hinge lines that we marked earlier and give it a few sharp whacks with a hammer to cut the hinge shape into the wood. Next we'll use a sharp chisel to cut the hinge indentation. A chisel can be easily sharpened using an electric sander or a whetstone. Make a series of cuts across the width of the wood between the chiseled lines. The wood comes out easily in this way, and, if necessary, you can clean up the cut to ensure that the depth is correct. After doing the same for the other 3 hinges, we're ready to fit them into position. Check that the hinge is fitted snugly before driving in the screws, as a hinge that's out of alignment may not fit into the door frame. A good idea is to tap each screw into the wood to seat it, and then screw it the rest of the way with a cordless driver. Fitting the door handles and latch mechanism is a reversal of the removal process. Fit the latch mechanism into its hole and secure it to the door with the 2 supplied screws. Place each handle into position in the holes with the hand-operated lock on the inside of the door and the key locking side on the room's exterior. In this way you won't lock anybody inside the room by mistake. Once you've got the screw channels lined up, give each screw a few turns by hand before tightening them with the screwdriver. A long drill bit is used once again for ease of operation. To mount the door, knock out the pin in the top hinge and secure the loose hinge plate to the door frame, using 1-inch brass screws. Brass is best as it's strong and rust resistant. Now bring the door to the door frame and align the top hinge plate on the door to the one that you've just fitted to the frame. Slip the hinges into each other and slide the hinge pin into place to join the two hinge parts. The complete middle and bottom hinges are still fitted to the door. With the door hanging from the top hinge, place the middle hinge into its slot and insert the 3 screws into the holes that were used for the old door. Do the same with the hinge at the bottom and you're ready to see that your door closes. Hopefully you'll have success and everything will line up and the job is done. Have a look at some of the other interesting and money-saving DIY projects on easydiymovies.com. Bye for now.